Hello, thanks for joining me. I'm in the workshop today and I'm just doing a little repair job for a friend on his bike, and I'd already started the job, done a bit of work, and I suddenly thought, do you know what, this would make an interesting video. So I went and grabbed my camera and here we are. So let me explain what it is that I'm doing. This is the sight stand off my friend's bike and it's broken. It's off a KTM EXC 450, which is the same bike that I have, or one of my bikes, and mine broke a while back as well. Basically, these are really lightweight sight stands that are designed just, to hold up a racing bike, and they're not really designed to take the kind of weight and the amount of use that you get for what we use the bikes on, which is adventure touring. So mine broke and I reinforced it before I went on a big European trip with all my gear on the bike, and it was absolutely fine. So I was out with Greg the other day and his broke off, exactly the same issue. So I said, well, look, I've successfully repaired mine, I'll repair yours. So now his sight stand is actually an aftermarket one, it's a Trail Tech one, but the issue here is not with the sight stand, that's perfectly okay. The issue is with the way it mounts onto the bike. There's a little lug on the frame, and this, I'll hold it up to the camera, hopefully that'll focus, you'll be able to see, that goes through the sight stand, so there's a bit of a collar on there, so to stop it pulling all the way through, and then that's an M8 thread that goes into the frame, and basically that's just taking the whole weight. That little bit of thread there is taking all of the weight of the bike. Well, you can see for a start that that's bent, hardly surprising, but also that just kind of goes into a little bit on the frame which just snaps off, which is what happened with Greg's. So he'd actually fitted a helicoil in there to replace it, and then it's just come off again and pulled the helicoil out, and it's bent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace it with this bigger M10 bolt. So I will drill out the lug on the frame and tap it to take this M10 thread, and then I'll probably put a nut behind it as well to extra secure it. But in order for the stand to work, what I have to do is make a little collet that goes in there, basically to replace this, but rather than having the thread built in, just be a little collet that goes in there that I can drop this through and fasten it onto the frame. So reasonably straightforward job, but as I said, it's quite interesting, so I thought I might as well film it for you. I'm on the lathe here in my workshop, and I've got a bit of aluminium rod in the chuck. So what I'm going to do is drill it out to the right size, and probably ream it out as well to the right size to take that M10 bolt, which is here, so that will go through the middle, and then I'm going to turn down the outside so it matches the stand, basically. So when I put this bolt through, the stand will pivot around this. So I'm making it out of aluminium, so it's going to be softer than the stand. So if anything wears, it will be this, which I can obviously then make another one rather than the stand itself. Now, before I start on this, I should point out this is not intended as a how-to tutorial on using a lathe. I'm not a professional machinist. I'm just showing you what I'm doing with making this. As this is aluminium, I'm going to lubricate the drill bit with WD-40 rather than oil. Right, see if I can do this with the camera not getting in the way. Just drilling this out in a couple of steps. So I initially did a smaller hole, I wind it up, now I'll take it out to 9.5mm, which is nearly the size I need. Right, I think we're good. Let's give that a measure and see if that goes on. Yep, that goes on, and that's nice. So just bring it round. I'll bring the camera around this side. I just have to hold the camera by hand just to show you. So what we've got around here, if I can focus in on that. Right, so what we're looking at here is it just sticks out a little bit, which is what I want, because that will be clamped onto the frame bracket, and so obviously I don't want the sight stand tight on the frame, otherwise it won't pivot. So that's absolutely perfect. So again, I need to then part it off on this side, just slightly proud on there, again, so that I'm not pinching the sight stand. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's looking good. I'm going to part this off, and then I'll reverse the part in the chuck and just clean up that end. So I'll give myself a little bit more, give myself plenty of lee room there, parting off, so it's not going to be too short. Right. There we have it. That's my little bit finished. Very simple. Mind you, I can only do simple things on the lathe. But essentially that replaces, where's the old bit there? So that's the original bit off the stand. This bit here goes inside the stand, and then that's the bit that's screwed into the frame. So I've just basically replicated that, made a new one, but this one will take the bigger bolt that will go through it, see, like that, and that will then go through the frame, and it's a bit longer, so it will go to the through the frame, and we can put I've got a nut here, stainless steel nut. So these are all stainless steel, apart from that bush, which is aluminium. So I've made that aluminium so that wears rather than the stand. Right, so I just need to drill and tap out the bracket on the frame. I'm holding my camera by hand here, so hopefully it's not too wobbly, but I just wanted to show you what I've done. So here's the sight stand. If I get in close there, hopefully you can see if it's the light. That's the hole where the pivot bolt goes. So it's wider at first, and then it gets more narrow. So that's the nut that's just come out. Well, pivot that's come out, and you can see. So it's got the narrower bit and then the wider bit. And the thread, then you can see the thread's bent because it's just not strong enough to take the weight. And so this is the replacement that I've just made. So you'll see firstly that the thread is larger. That's an M8 thread. I've made one with an M10 thread here, but also I've made it longer, so I will drill out and tap out the frame. We can put a nut on the back of it there for extra security. So you know, this will just fit in here like this, and then fasten onto the frame. So yeah, I hope that's clear. So that was a nice little project. So an hour or so's work doing that, quite satisfying if that fixes Greg's sight stand for him.